Hey, what's up, you guys? Eric AFG here, and I'm bringing another action figure review to you. And this is a figure that I have been waiting for forever, and it's finally here. It's finally here, ladies and gents. I apologize if you hear some TV in the background. My daughter is watching some cartoons. But back to the figure. This figure is amazing. This figure is spectacular. This figure is the Symbiote Spider-Man. And I'm going to get into something real quick. I'm going to get on a little bit of a tangent, just a tiny bit. People saying that this is not the Symbiote Spidey. Some YouTubers are saying, oh, he's just a regular black costume Spidey. This is Secret Wars Spidey. This is Symbiote Spidey. It even says so on the packaging. But not just that, is that people saying that he don't have the holes in his, not his wrist, his hand, where the rectangle shape is, where his webs come out. Now his webs comes out from the backside of his hand. He doesn't do the thwip. Now they included thwip in hands because I guess Marvel Legends wanted to be thorough, and also they wanted to give people the option of him just being Black Suit Spider-Man. So in the comic books, brief with me here. In the comic books, Peter wore the symbiote costume, which is the Venom costume, which is what he's wearing. And then the costume leaves. Well, the costume didn't choose to leave Peter, but Peter got rid of the costume, which is very different in the comic books than it was on the animated series. So since this figure is pretty much based on the animated series, how Peter got rid of the costume was he went on top of a church bell tower, and the symbiote very, very much reacts to loud noise and fire. So there was no fire around, but loud noise did the trick. So Peter went up to the bell, close to it, and the bell made so much loud noise that the symbiote just came off of him. The symbiote had no choice but to get off of Peter. And then the symbiote went down to Brock, which Brock was hanging from the bell tower and Spider-Man's webbing, and the symbiote went down to Brock, and that's how Brock became Venom. And that's how Venom has all of Spider-Man's abilities, because the symbiote suit was on Peter first, and then it went to Brock. So that's how Brock got all of Peter's abilities, and that's why when it comes to the symbiotes, Peter's spider sense does not go off, because he wore the costume, so the costume knows that he had a spider sense, and his spider sense does not trigger around the symbiote. So that's how that goes. Now, in the comic book, Spider-Man went to Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four and asked Reed to help him get rid of the symbiote suit, and Reed helped him. He has some kind of sonic device, I think, and he got the symbiote off of Peter. Now, after he did that, Peter wanted to keep wearing the black costume. So for a little while, he was wearing his regular red and blues, Stanley and Steve Ditko edition. But he wanted to go back to wearing the black costume. Now, it wasn't the symbiote costume, but he wore that black costume that you see now in front of you. I think Black Cat made him a couple of costumes, and he just wore the black costume. That's what he did. So he still was doing the thwips because he no longer had the symbiote. He was wearing a black suit that looked like the symbiote, but it wasn't. He was just using his regular web shooters. Yes, he had to go back to his web shooters because when he had the symbiote suit, he didn't need web shooters. He could just shoot webbing organically. But because he got rid of the symbiote and he just wore the black costume, he shot not organic webs, but he shot regular webs that that he made from his web shooters. So that's the brief synopsis of that, and that's your little history lesson on Venom. So let's get closer into this figure. So this figure is absolutely fantastic. You see right there, it says Symbiote Spider-Man. You got an image of Spider-Man right here. You got up top, it says Spider-Man up top. Also, you got Spidey there, which I'll pull that up a little bit. So it says Spider-Man with his weapon, Marvel Comics, ages 4 and up. Spider-Man, as you can see there. That's the side profile right there. You see Symbiote Spider-Man looking real good in the packaging. It's the side profile right there. Bottom of his feet right there. See on it? Once again, you got the Art Deco on the side. It says Symbiote Spider-Man. Warning, choke hazard. You see at the bottom there. You see that at the bottom. And on the back it reads, Spider-Man gets an all-new look when he finds a sleek black costume in a space shuttle wreck. Little does Spidey realize he joined himself to the predatory alien symbiote Venom. So that's the read up there, and the rest of it is different languages. So you see down here. And you got the other characters. You got Spider Armor, Mark 1. You got Hammerhead. I'm getting Hammerhead. You got Hobgoblin. I'm going to definitely get Hobgoblin. You got Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I'm definitely going to get Ben Reilly. And you got Marvel Shocker, which I'm definitely 100% getting Shocker. He's the next figure I'm going to try to shoot for, pretty much. You got the legalities at the bottom. You got Hasbro, all that stuff. You got the barcode right there. So with all of that, we are going to get into the figure. And what a sweet figure it is, let me tell you. So you got Spidey in the packaging, as you can see him. As you can see, Spidey right there, Spidey right there, and Spidey right there, spinning his webs, as you can see. So, going to get into this review. I'm going to crack them open, and we're going to get into this review. So, stay tuned, guys. We're going to get into this review, and let's do it. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. Just him standing in the regular neutral pose. He looks incredible. He looks amazing. He is so photogenic right now. So I'm super hyped, super excited to bring this review to you. This is the last but not least review for the month. And, oh my goodness, man. This Spidey is amazing. This Spidey is spectacular. This Spidey, well, you know all his nicknames. He is truly incredible. Oh my gosh, so look at him. Look at the face sculpt. So my face sculpt came out very clean, which is what I always worry about the most. He might have a little small dot there, but it's not really noticeable. It's not really a big deal. The top of his head, he just looked like a couple of nicks there, but nothing serious. He's basically all clean. I only have one small gripe, and that's the gappage. The gappage isn't that bad, actually, now that I have it in hand. When you lift his head up, it's just a little gappage. It's just slight, you know, so you can get him in like a nice diving pose, something like that. But he looks incredible. He looks absolutely amazing. He is the Amazing Spider-Man, especially in this symbiote form. He's going to definitely take over my display for my Spider-Man collection. No doubt. When I was a kid watching Spider-Man, the animated series, and once the symbiote saga came out, that was my favorite saga in the series. You see his calves there. You see his little Spidey boots. And yeah, he's all black. So he does have pins. He's not pinless like Miles Morales. He does have pins, which I'm going to compare him to Miles Morales in a little bit. So you got the white going on around here, and it looks very clean. Mine look very clean. So big shout out to my boy from eBay who shipped it out to me. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to him for accepting my very good offer, because without him, this review would not be possible. So big shout out. Yeah. So this Spider-Man is truly amazing. No doubt about it. No doubts in my mind. So my boy, I was just looking up how to pronounce his name. Mihaly. That's his name. He said he's Italian. So if I'm butchering your name, please forgive me, my friend. But Mihaly, he's going to look at this review and let me know if I pronounced it correctly. But yeah, he's my best friend now from eBay. Me and him met on eBay. We talked. We shared a lot of things about each other. And he's awesome. He's an awesome dude. I think he's going to start a YouTube channel soon. As soon as I get some updates on that, I will definitely put it in the link in the description below, and you guys can check out his channel. He has a lot of figures, just like me. He possibly might have more figures than me. So big shout out to Mihaly, my boy. Big shout out. If I'm butchering your name, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, my man. So right out of the packaging, we get two fists. You have his two fisted hands. You have his little rectangle at the end. Now, let me just get into my nitpick about the people on YouTube beefing about this. Let me get into my little hysterical mode. So people are beefing about they're beefing about that he's not the symbiote Spidey. He's the cloth Black Suit Spidey. Let me tell you something. He's whatever Spidey you want him to be. There's two options. The first option is he could just be a Black Suit Spidey without the symbiote, in your display, and you can have him have the thwip hands, which I'm gonna show in a second. The thwip hands, Black Suit Spidey, problem solved. So shut up. Number one to number two, your other option is he's your black suited symbiote Spidey. And you know why? Because he just is. He is. It's that simple. He is symbiote Spidey. It even says on the doggone packaging. What more proof do you need? Oh, I know. People want to have a gripe and say he's supposed to have the black dot right there. Screw the black dot. I don't remember him having black dot in Spider-Man the Animated Series. I don't remember that. If he had a black dot in the animated series, somebody please tell me, inform me, please. Because I need to know. Because I watched Spider-Man the Animated Series. I watched that show so many times until it's just ingrained in my brain. He did not have black dots on Spider-Man the Animated Series. If he did, I guess maybe I'm remembering it wrong, so forgive me. But I'm pretty sure he didn't have any black dots in Spider-Man the Animated Series. So, shut up. So he's either Black Suit Spidey or he's Symbiote Spidey, one of the two. You take your choice. It's your toy. You can do what you want, and that's it. That is it. So he's built very well. He has nice muscle tone, everything. He's built very well. So I'm going to show his other hands. He looks awesome. These are his thwippers, as you can see. So you got that going on for you. And I'm just going to take a lot of pictures of this guy. I can tell, both as Black Suit Spider-Man and as Symbiote Spider-Man. I'm just going to have so much loads of fun with this guy. You just can't help it. He looks that good. Like, it's better in black. I have to say, I love Spidey's original costume, and I always will. Actually, PS4 Spidey costume is my favorite Spider-Man costume so far. He's number one, and the original Spider-Man costume is number two. No. Black Suit Spidey is number two. He's tied for first. He's not even number two. He's tied for first because that's how iconic he is. He's tied for first, and then 2.5. I'll say I'm cheating, but I don't care. It's my review. and number 2.5 is regular suit Spidey with the reds and the blues. Yeah. And here you have his open hands. So wall crawling hands, open hands, whatever you want to choose to call them. But these are great. These hands are spectacular. I can't help it from saying that. So these hands are absolutely fantastic. He didn't have these open hands or wall crawling hands on the original retro red and blue Spidey. He didn't have it, but he has it now, and that's all that matters. So that is just really freaking awesome. And also, as you can see, the open hands, I wanted to show the back of his hands to show you that he does still have that rectangle shape there. So yeah, you got that. So here he is standing next to Miles. I think they're about the same height. I think he's a little taller than Miles, though. He's a little taller than Miles, which he should be, because Miles is younger than him. Miles is a teenager, and this is Peter as an adult. I'm assuming this is Symbiote Peter as an adult. That's what I'm assuming. So, yeah, that's him and Miles for size comparison. And here he is next to Venom, which I need a new Venom figure because my head, like I mentioned in my other review, the ball joint on my Venom is broken, so I need a new Venom. But get to work on that, Hasbro. Like, hurry up. Chop. Need a new Venom figure. So whatever y'all doing, Hasbro, hurry the hell up, please. And here he is next to Carnage. Keeping in the symbiote family, he's next to Carnage. That looks pretty good. And here he is next to another symbiote family member, Poison. He is next to Poison. And here he is next to the inheritor himself, Morlun. It's him next to the vampire spider totem sucking Morlun. And here he is next to PS4 Spidey. So that looks pretty good as well. I like that as well. So here he is with the Peter Parker head swapped on, and that looks fantastic. So if you have this spare Peter Parker head in your collection, you will definitely want to do this, most assuredly, because it is just awesome. He has a slight smirk on his face, but that's just the way Peter is. So he looks absolutely fantastic. The Peter Parker head really makes this figure pop even more. And you can look at him from the back here. You can look at him from the back, side profile. You can see Peter looking over to the side there. You can do that. See that? that's really good. See the back of the spider there. You see Pete in the front. He can look all the way up with a little gappage. But he can look all the way up. See that? I'm going to get into articulation in a minute. So yeah, this is adult Peter Parker. And he looks absolutely great. And also for funsies, I wanted to stick Cletus Cassie in there. His unmasked head. Carnage. That's Carnage. He is next to the DC McFarlane Bizarro. And Bizarro is definitely taller than Peter. And there's my other Peter Parker head. I removed his glasses. That's the other younger Peter Parker head. And that's the Green Goblin behind him, about to come after him. And I think that looks pretty cool in the display as well. So a lot of options you have, a lot of options. So this is that younger Peter Parker. You can see the little dot right there where his glasses used to be. I removed it and it was safe. You can remove it very safely. It's not a problem. You might want to use like a little tiny butter knife and kind of like loosen it. Like don't just pull it because you'll break it, but just like, you know, shiv it in there, loosen it up a little bit. And it comes right off. And the glasses didn't break. I still have them. I'm using them for something else, but that's Peter Parker. And he looks pretty good. I don't know why they covered him up with the glasses, because this is a very nice head sculpt. And he's different from the original Peter. You know, I could bring it in and show you, if I can get it. And look how different these two Peters look. Now, they still look like the same person because that is the same person. But now I can use this head for Ben Reilly. So definitely I'm getting Ben Reilly for sure. He's definitely going to be in my collection soon. Maybe next month. Maybe. But I'm definitely getting Ben Reilly, Hobgoblin, and Shocker next. Most definitely. And I'm going to get Hammerhead too. But yeah. So you are all full with your Peter Parker display if you have it. All right, time for Mr. Symbiote Spider to get into articulation. So his head could look up very far with a little bit of gappage. That's a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. He can look all the way down. Up, down. He can look all the way around. He does have head pivoting. He does have attitude. So you do get some nice range of attitude there. He could be very expressive, as you can see. His arms go out about that much. He can do full 360 rotation, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and he does have butterfly joints. So you see the butterfly. He has butterfly joints, and it also goes through the paint here in the back, not in the front. As you can see in the front, the paint goes through here, and there's some very nice texture in here in the white paint. I forgot to mention that. It feel like it's raised. It feel like it's sculpted and raised, but it's not exactly. It's a special kind of paint that they use where it feels like a sculpted raise. But that's very awesome. So, double jointed elbow. You see the hinges and you see the ball joints. Full 360 wrist hinge and pivot rotation. And he does have an upper bolt joint in his upper diaphragm. Where you go left, right. He can pivot side to side, and he can go 360 all around. He does have an ab crunch down, back very far. That's also very good. You can spin him 360 rotation in that upper bolt joint. His legs split out about that much, which is not bad for a Spidey figure. That is not bad. Actually, splits out about that much. He can kick high, kick forward that much. He can kick back that much, pretty good. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and he does have boot rotation, 360, full 360. He hinges up and down, and he does have beautiful ankle pivot. So you can get this Spidey figure into. Oh, I almost got him in that pose from the Secret Wars, almost. Let's see if I could try that. Yeah, I think I butchered it. I don't think I did it right, but it's kind of similar like that. The Secret Wars comic book. You see Symbiote Black Suited Spidey in the front of the cover, and he's kind of doing like this weird motion with his arms. So it kind of looks something like that, but not exactly. So that is my review, guys. And this figure, I'm enjoying the hell out of this figure. Let me just say, this figure is absolutely amazing. So let me just say, simply put, the best Spider-Man figure on the market. I definitely say, this is a bold statement, but I say this is the best Spider-Man, period, out of any line. No disrespect to Mezco, Mafex, those other companies, but Marvel Legends they know how to make Spider-Man figures. And this is no different. This is how you do Spider-Man right. And this figure is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely spectacular. It is all those great things and more. He is the best Spider-Man you could possibly get or have in your collection. So to say that you must have him is an understatement. You need him. You need this Spider-Man, period. No questions asked. You need this Spider-Man. He is a necessity. He is necessary. He is more than just, a casual pickup. No, you have to have this figure. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you definitely want this figure. It's just no question about it. The only question is how much you're going to be willing to pay. Because he's very hard to get, just like the regular retro was. This is Symbiote Spidey retro, so even harder. But I am seeing some reasonable prices for now. My boy Mihail, he definitely gave me a great price, better than what I thought. And I may have paid maybe a little extra, but not much. So I basically paid what you would pay with just a couple of dollars added on, really, to be honest. But you need this figure. You need this figure. If you can hunt him out in the wild and get him, you'll probably be paying $28 or 29, whatever, and change. Do it, because you need this figure before he runs out of stock in stores, and then you're screwed, and then you're going to be paying $150 for him, and you don't want to do that. So you need this figure. Oh, I almost forgot something. So here he is with Ditko Spidey, my custom Ditko. I almost forgot about him. Body mold came from China. I purchased the Ditko head from eBay, and yeah, my Ditko Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Look how good he looks next to this Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So anyway, like I said, this is a figure that you must get. It's not even a question of if, it's when. You must get this figure. You must. I cannot emphasize that enough. He is even better than the original retro Spider-Man. And I know that's a bold-ass statement, but I'm making it. I'm claiming it. He is the #1 top retro Spidey. I've been hearing rumors that they're going to make a new retro Spidey. I'll see if I pick it up or not. I think they're going to add a new Peter Parker head to it. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just wild speculation on my part. So I might pick it up. I might wab it. I might. I'll think about it. But this Spidey, this Black Suit Spidey, he is everything you want and more. I love his colors. It's just simple black and white, but it works on so many levels. I love the shape of his eyes. I don't like those big, wide, jumbo McFarlane eyes. I don't like that. That's why I didn't pick up the former Black Suited Spidey from Marvel Legends, because I didn't want that. I didn't like it, and I didn't want it. So I got this one instead. I got this Spidey because he's the best one on the market. He's the best one you can get, period, from any toy line. And that's a bold statement. I know a lot of people are saying that the Mafex one is going to blow this one out of the water, but I doubt it. I doubt it. And if some people claim that the Mafex one is better than this one, okay, fine. To each their own. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, from my point of view, this is the best Spidey you can get on the market, especially for the price. Because with Mafex, you're going to be paying the arm and the leg. But with this, a $25 figure, and you can do all of this with him, it's a no-brainer. For me, it's a no-brainer. But what about you guys? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And I'm going to say peace out, Spidey fans. And big shout out to my boy from eBay who sold this to me once again. I'll have a link in the description for his shop where you can purchase from him on eBay. And until the next time, guys, this has been my review of the Black Retro Series Spider-Man. Until next time, see ya.